I've got two creative briefs for you. We're looking for a 3-hour workshop on the 29th of November for our sales team, about 20 to 25 people. The goal is to brainstorm ideas together to increase our sales for our business. Okay, here's the second brief. We're looking for ways to increase our sales by 5%. Which one do you think has got the bigger price tag hanging on it? And which one would you like to work on? And if it's the second one, then you are in luck. Because in this video, let's talk about how to get you from kind of those first type of briefs, which are very kind of one-on-one workshop, to the second one, which is a lot more meaty and is not only better for the client, it's also better for you. Well, hello there, you beautiful people. My name is Yuri. This is The Magic Sauce. We help you create, build, and share better ideas for the innovators out there. So in my world, I see lots of innovation coaches, design thinkers, designers, facilitators who lead with workshops. That seems to be the be all end all to everything. Whatever the challenge is, the workshop is the answer. You want some change within your organization?
Let's run a workshop.
You're looking for ways to engage your customers?
Let's run a workshop.
You want a rebranding of a product that you have?
Let's run a workshop.
You want some inspiration to come up with some new and different ideas?
Let's run a workshop.
The problem is that workshops are rarely the solution. They might be a way to get to the solution, but they rarely are the solution in itself. And it took me a very long time to understand this. It's a bit like that saying, when all you have is a hammer, all you're going to see are nails. If all you have is workshops or design sprints or design thinking workshopy something journeys, then yeah, that's all you're going to see. And whatever things get thrown at you, your response will be, aha, I've got the thing for you. So I get it. I've been there. I used to lead with workshops. By the way, if you are sitting here now and saying like, hey, you know what, Yuri, I'm happy, is that a word? I'm very happy being a workshop facilitator. I don't want more than this. I'm perfectly fine the way I am. Yes, you are. There's nothing wrong with that. And you're probably not going to need this video. If you want to move beyond that, something that's meatier, that's bigger, and it will get you paid more as well. You can charge more for that. You might want to hang on. Fortunately, I had lots of great mentors around me. One of the big things I noticed about them is they never led with workshops. Maybe in part in there, but it never really showed up in the proposal. It wasn't like the answer is a 3-day workshop for something. It was more about a bigger kind of picture, bigger understanding what the client was looking for, and then coming up with ways to get there. And again, maybe workshop is a way to do that, but there were often many other things in there which went way beyond workshops alone. Now, it took me quite a few years to get beyond this, but there are a couple of very practical things to move away from just running workshops and look at kind of the bigger thing that's going on. But first, let's unpack those two creative briefs. We're looking for a 3-hour workshop on the 29th of November for our sales team, about 20 to 25 people. The goal is to brainstorm ideas together to increase our sales for our business. So the first red flag in there should be it has a workshop in the brief, because the workshop is the how. Yes, I know you can dig even deeper into details and kind of find out ways like how are you going to run the workshop, what kind of activities, etc. I get all that. At the end of the day, it's already quite narrow. It doesn't leave you with a lot of space to open that up and to play with it. It's already like we want a workshop. And not even that, it tells you like it's 3 hours, it's with these people. You don't even know those people, this number of people on these days. There's a lot of constraints around it. It leaves you very little space to play within that. And my experience is very often these briefs will come from an HR department or learning and development department, and they've taken a brief from somebody. There's somebody in there who has a specific problem, who's paying for this and who's looking at, was this a success or not? And it gets trickled down to the department, and they then need to find providers. Basically, they're just sending out a couple of messages, look for a workshop, and give us a quote, give us a price. The second brief then is a lot broader. We're looking for ways to increase our sales by 5%. The good thing about this is it's a lot more broad. It gives you a lot more space to play with, and it doesn't talk about the how. It doesn't tell you it's a workshop. Could be other ways, right? There might be other ways to achieve an increase of 5% in sales. And the nice thing about that one is it's quantifiable. 5% increase. You have numbers. You can say if the numbers are here now, if it's 100 now, it's 105. That means we've achieved that. So you can actually measure the outcome of that. And it leaves you with a lot more space for conversation, because of course you need to know what's going on now. What are you basing this on? Why do you need to increase your sales? There's space for you to unpack it, and it probably goes way further than a workshop or a logo or a design sprint. So the first brief talks all about the how. The second one talks more about the what. It leaves it to you to dig into the why and find out what the drivers are underneath. Once you understand the why and the what, only then do you get into the how.
And maybe it's a workshop, maybe not.
All right, let's get into brass tacks then. These are a couple of things that you can do to move beyond the, hey, we need a workshop, or hey, we need a design, or hey, we want a sprint, or hey, we want a training. First and foremost, start with yourself. Understand that maybe the answer isn't a workshop. Put the workshop away. Forget, if you walk around with a hammer, all you're going to see is nails. Take a step back and understand that it's not about the workshop. The workshop is usually not the solution. The second one, once you've kind of put the the quick solution, the quick fix aside, aim to be helpful. And if helpful sometimes means just unpacking a brief with somebody and going, you know what, I don't think this is what you're looking for. You're probably looking for that. And let me send you in the right direction. And that's what it is. If you like these videos, you haven't subscribed. By the way, I realized the other day, like 95% of people are not subscribed. Shameful. The third one then is take time to question and to dig into that brief. Take ample time for this. One of the things I like to say when somebody says, we need a workshop, I go, okay, can we park the workshop for a second? It might be a workshop, it might not be a workshop. I want to take some time with you and the decision makers behind this. There's always somebody paying for this or signing off to understand, for us to understand what's going on so we can look at solutions together. You take a proper chunk of time to ask questions about the why are you doing this? Why are you doing this now? Why have you invited these people? And the what? What is it that you would like to achieve? What have you tried before? What is the physical thing that I need to deliver at the end of our engagement to get you further faster? Those are the questions that you ask there. And only then, once you have a feeling that you have enough grip on what's going on and the whys and the what, only then, number 4, you develop a loose plan. I say loose plan, I stay away from proposals because I used to spend way too much time giving people exact breakdowns on how we would do things, how we would recruit people, or how we would design the kind of 3D renderings of they don't need to know this. That's what they're hiring you for. And if they don't trust you to do this, then maybe you're not the right person for this in the first place. So make sure you don't get bogged down into all these details. It's like inviting a plumber to your home before, you know, they get started. You say,
can you tell me exactly how you're going to do your work?
Like, been doing this for 27 years, just let me do my work. And then once you have that plan that will go, this is how we are going to tackle your challenge, this is how we're going to get to solution, then adjust your pricing accordingly, because by now I bet you it won't be a 3-hour workshop. Particularly with big business, big organizations, the problems are complex. You can't just solve them with a 3-hour workshop. Can you create a fun experience in 3 hours where people come up with a whole bunch of ideas? They go, ooh, we're all creative for 3 hours. Sure you can, but are we here for a jolly, or are you actually here to solve a real business problem? Because hey, if you just want to do jollies and stuff, that is up to you. I like to focus on something that's a lot more meaty, and therefore we charge more than other people in the market. If you want a simple tool to really dig into what is going on, to help you ask the right questions and make sure that all your exits are covered, click on this video over here with a really simple questioning matrix, which you can use for any brief, anytime, anywhere. Yeah.